If you're learning to code right now, AI can make you feel like you're already too late. You see people saying AI will replace developers. Then you see courses saying learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, backend. So you start wondering, why should I spend months learning something that AI can do in 10 seconds? And honestly, I get it. I remember seeing AI generate code in seconds and thinking, wait, did I just spend years learning something that is becoming worthless? And I've been coding professionally since 2012. So if even I had that thought for a moment, imagine how confusing this feels when you are just starting out. But after using AI seriously, I realized something important. AI is not making coding pointless. It is exposing people who never really learned how to think properly like developers. So in this video, I'll break down 7 lies about AI and coding. And by the end, you will know what matters now, what to ignore, and how to keep learning without feeling like AI already stole your future. Let's dive right into it. Lie number 1. There is no point learning to code anymore. I get why this sounds true. You ask AI to create a login form, a landing page, or even a small application, and boom, code appears. So you think, if AI can write the code, why should I learn how to code? But here's the problem. Writing code is not the same as building software. AI can give you code quickly, but it can't fully understand your goal, your users, your project, and what should happen when things break. That's the job of a developer. Because real projects are not clean and perfect. They are messy, they break, requirements change, users do weird things, and that's where understanding really matters. So no, AI does not mean learning to code is pointless. It means learning properly matters more than ever. And that leads to the second lie, which sounds even smarter. Lie number 2. You don't need fundamentals anymore. This one is dangerous because it sounds smart. People say, why learn HTML? AI can generate it. Why learn JavaScript? AI can write it. Why learn databases? AI can explain them. And honestly, I get the temptation. Why spend weeks learning the basics when AI can give you an answer instantly? But here's the problem. If you skip the fundamentals, AI does not make you powerful. It makes you dependent. You can ask for code, but you can't tell if that code is good, bad, insecure, outdated, or just a complete mess. And that's dangerous because AI will always sound confident even if your project is going straight into a wall. Fundamentals are what allow you to say, wait, that doesn't make sense. This should be simpler, this will break later, this works, but it is a mess. And that is the difference between using AI as a tool and becoming the intern of a chatbot. So no, fundamentals are not dead, they are your seatbelt. And in the AI era, you really want a seatbelt, believe me. But there's another lie that sounds even more futuristic, and this one is literally everywhere right now. Lie number 3. Prompting is the new coding. Now, yes, learning how to talk to AI clearly is useful. Super useful. The better you explain what you want, the better the answer usually is. But some people took this way too far. They act like the future developer is just someone who writes magical prompts and AI does everything else. But a good prompt is not magic. A good prompt is usually clear thinking written down. And clear thinking comes from understanding. If you don't understand what you're trying to build, your prompt will be vague because your thinking is vague. You will say, build me an application like Airbnb, but simpler. And AI will say, sure, which is already suspicious, to be honest. Because nothing that starts with Airbnb but simpler is simple. Then it generates a mountain of code that looks impressive, but it breaks in 6 different places. And now you're sitting there like a little raccoon holding a laptop. Technically involved, spiritually lost. So yes, prompting does matter, but prompting is not a replacement for coding. It is a multiplier. And multipliers only help when there is something to multiply. This brings us to the uncomfortable question that a lot of beginners are asking right now. What about junior developers? Lie number 4, AI will replace all junior developers. Now, I want to be careful here. I don't want to give you fake comfort because the market is harder than it was a few years ago. Junior roles are more competitive. Companies expect more and AI has changed what basic coding work looks like. So if someone says nothing has changed, just learn like it's 2008, I don't agree. Things have changed, but AI will replace all juniors is too simple. AI is not replacing juniors. It is replacing low context work. What that means? The copy-paste work, the I follow the tutorial but I don't know what happened work, the I can only build something if someone gives me exact steps work. That kind of learning was already fragile. The thing is that AI is just exposing it way faster. But beginners who can build small projects, explain their decisions, debug problems, ask good questions and use AI as a tool, those beginners still matter. They are the ones who will adapt. They are the ones who will replace the current senior developers. So the question is not, will AI replace juniors? The better question is, what kind of junior are you becoming? And this next lie is one of the sneakiest because it makes you feel like you're learning even when you're not. Lie number 5. If AI gives me the answer, I learned it. This one is sneaky because AI makes learning feels productive. You ask a question, it explains the answer. You nod, you feel smart, you move on. Beautiful. The problem is understanding something while reading it is not the same as being able to use it when the screen is empty. That is the trap. It is the same thing that happened with tutorials. You watch someone build a project, everything makes sense, and you think, yes, I understand that now. Then you open a blank file and suddenly your brain has left the building. AI can create the same illusion but faster because instead of struggling for 20 minutes, you get instant help. And instant help feels good, but struggle is where a lot of learning actually happens. Not endless struggle, just enough friction for your brain to connect the dots. So when you use AI, don't just ask, what is the answer? Instead, you can ask, why does this work? What would break this? Can you give me a smaller example? Can you give me a similar problem without the solution? That is how you turn AI from an answer machine into a learning tool. But then there is another problem because even if you want to learn properly, AI has made the learning path feel even more overwhelming. Lie number 6. You have to learn everything now because AI changed everything. This is one of the biggest reasons why beginners feel overwhelmed. Because it's no longer just learn HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now, it feels like you also need to learn React, Next.js, TypeScript, Docker, AI agents, databases, automations, prompt engineering, and suddenly you're not learning anymore. You're just collecting anxiety with fancy names. But the truth is that if you are a beginner, your job is not to chase every new tool. Your job is to build a strong base. Can you create a simple page? Can you style it? Can you make it interactive? Can you debug when something breaks and explain what your code is actually doing? That is still the game. AI tools can help you learn faster, but they should not become your roadmap. Because if your roadmap is based on trends and hype, you will change direction every 48 hours, and that is how people stay beginners forever. So yes, learn how to use AI, but don't let AI news become your teacher. Most of it is noise hidden behind fear and fancy trends. And now we need to talk about the opposite lie too. Lie number 7. Real developers don't use AI. Oh, come on. This is the opposite extreme. Some beginners feel guilty using AI. Like if they ask ChatGPT for help, they are cheating. But that's not true. Real developers use tools. We use documentation, we use Google, we use autocomplete, we use libraries and frameworks, we use other people's code every single day. AI is another tool in that chain. The problem here is not using AI. The problem is using AI to avoid thinking. Your thinking. Use AI to explain, to review, to give you examples. Use AI to help you debug, to compare approaches, and to test your understanding. But please don't use it as a brain replacement because then you're not becoming a developer, you're becoming a passenger. And passengers don't decide where the car goes, they just follow. So, should you still learn to code in the AI era? Yes, but you should not learn like it's 2025. Don't just memorize syntax, don't just follow tutorials, don't just copy projects, and definitely don't just paste AI-generated code and hope your future employer doesn't notice. Learn the fundamentals, build small things, break them, fix them. Use AI to understand faster and not to avoid understanding completely. The future is not for people who ignore AI, and it's not for people who blindly trust it either. It's for people who can think clearly, keep learning, and use the tools without switching their brain off. So if you're a beginner, this should encourage you. You don't have to know everything. You just need to stop learning randomly. Start building consistently and use AI like a mentor, sitting next to you and not like a magic button that replaces your brain. And if you want to learn coding step by step without feeling lost, that's exactly what I'm building with Becoming Dev. Be patient on that one. You can join the waitlist below and be one of the first to get access to the platform. And if you want to learn how to use AI properly while learning to code, watch this video next. Thanks for watching, you legends. I'm Pete, and I'll see you on the next one.